Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to do a quick dive here into Ethereum. Cool stuff is we're going to take a look at some backend data here on how about capital with liquidation and open interest as well, to kind of just see where everything is leveraged at, as well as also the liquidity and fair value. We actually swept this upper liquidity level here. And so even though the price action went a little bit higher than the 1867, that was kind of the expected rejection level, you can see the price action is maintaining that as a potential support. Okay, so we're going to talk about that and much more. So again, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, just truly do love teaching people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today. I do have a trading academy community and signals group linked down below if you're curious about that. It actually is awesome because I do teach people how to trade effectively and also provide them with trade signals. It look a little something like this where we just take profit. We took an OMG trade here recently, some profits there, an old Kava trade, Dusk trade, some SUI, most recent one. And we took a few trades as well here recently as well. So anyways, check that out in your own time if you want. If you got questions, reach out to me through social media. So when it comes to Ethereum, what we want to talk about here is a few important things on the daily. First of all, just to reiterate, 1775 is a good support level. That's based on the 200-day SMA. So the price does pull back. That'd be a good target to shoot for. As a rough estimate, just somewhere above that if you're going to consider shorting. We have a short open, complete disclosure, at I think average price 1864. So we're a little bit in the red right now, but that's okay because we got a pretty decently sized swing, if you will, where it's a low leverage trade. Not going to worry about liquidation. We got a long ways to go. But again, if we result in seeing the price action getting much higher, there's all the more reason to consider closing the trade. But I don't think we're there yet because I do still feel that we're going to see a retest of the sub 34,000 range for Bitcoin. And Ethereum is following Bitcoin fairly well. Not exactly the last 3 days, but truth is we had an unusual pump from Bitcoin yesterday to that 35.3 range, and has since pulled back. And same thing with Ethereum too. So you got to recognize Bitcoin correction. It's a 2x correction with Ethereum. Okay, so I'm not saying you should necessarily short, but I'm still short bias in this coin, even with that this most recent increase. I'm not worried. Main reason why we got the RSI still trending overextended here on the 4-hour. Truth is that's the RSI at 70, not the 4-hour time frame. That's the daily. When we take a look at the 4-hour, just to kind of clarify, we're coming back down as we rejected kind of off that level. But money flow index is higher than it was before yesterday, so we got to take that into consideration. There's been a lot of volume coming in this coin in the last 24 hours, which is unusual for a weekend. It tells us that retail is active, and at this point here, the whales are going to potentially start doing something. So let's take a look at what whales have as far as capabilities is concerned. First of all, this is just a heat map based on current positions here. These are open interest positions. So this tells us the net longs here for this coin right now. The most amount of longs are leveraged right at about 1817. Okay, so we got those current late longs, if you will, but they're still definitely here. Okay, and when it comes to why don't we let's shift this over to the last 7 days instead of last 12 hours. I think it helps us to look at a little bit bigger picture, because we can see longs are actually in the green there at 1817, right? So truth is they're doing fairly well. Let's see if the shorts, where the shorts are hedged at here for the most part. We've got some, those are pretty much the same place. So the shorts are right there at 1820. So that's kind of a point of contention. The reason why that's relevant though is if the price crosses that plane, then we're going to start seeing some potential liquidations occur at that stage. Okay. And speaking of liquidation, let's go ahead and take a look here. We have the largest amount of liquidation for Ethereum right here in this range of about 1770. Okay, now that's right where the most recent low is at, but that's also right there where that 200-day SMA is leveraged. Okay, it makes sense for a moving average to be hedged right there at the exact same place where a lot of liquidation is, because that way, if the price breaks below that, we've shifted bearish, so to speak, on Ethereum, at least in the shorter time frame. So it's important to note that. Okay, excuse me, getting over cold. I apologize for clearing my voice here. So let's summarize and kind of recap. When we talked yesterday, we talked about Elliott Wave potential ranges where the price action could pull back to. So let's just quickly note that here as well. If you're curious, we've got 1850, 1832, and 1812. Those are newer from yesterday. Yesterday they were a little bit lower because the price action was lower. But if this is the highest point in which Ethereum goes, we will see these three levels potentially retested. And I like to say potentially because it's not a guarantee, but the truth is it's common for at least one of the three areas to get retested. 0.5 is probably the most consistent considering it's a halfway point. And a lot of times when there's a retracement or a capitulation, price will come back down to that halfway point. Again, just something to kind of think about. Is it foolproof 100%? No, because we got a decent amount of support. In fact, let's look at volume support and quickly note where we're at here for this. Most amount of volume support here is in the 1785 range, 1786. Okay, so that's at most recent low once more. Okay, again, 200-day estimate is averaging itself out around there too. So we can summarize that if we break past 1785, it'll probably be a bearish sentiment. Okay, but the truth is we have a lot of support there. So my speculation is one of these through levels here, probably 1832 or 1812 are going to be the ones tested here for us. And once those are retested, then we should be in a position where the price action could very well ramp back up and retest. Again, this is all contingent on Bitcoin stabilizing and maintaining its current range. If it breaks free from that range, 34,000, you watch my Bitcoin videos, you'll know Bitcoin has a tremendous amount of liquidation at 34,000. If we see in liquidation levels there, and then the price shifts down lower, we'll probably see 33,000 pretty easy, or 33.3. That's the next fib level. So we'll probably see something break. We'll probably break past the 1785 range if that were to happen for Bitcoin. Keep in mind, both are range bound for the most part. Ethereum's showing a little more strength, but all the more reason to, I guess, treat it with respect because it very well could sell off. The other thing to recognize too, and just big picture, is that we usually, when alt season starts to occur, which we are seeing a lot of alts starting to hit hard, Ethereum is the first one to kind of break free from Bitcoin. So Bitcoin keeps going sideways and Ethereum goes up. That's a pretty good sign for us here, letting us know that alt season is potentially on the horizon. So something to note. All right, that's all I got for you there. We're not going to worry about the 1 hour. This is more of a kind of a macro back-end stuff here. We'll cover again the smaller time frames tomorrow once the traditional markets open. And between now and then, I hope that you all found benefit. Please like, subscribe, follow. Greatly appreciate that. And of course, if you could jump on over to our Twitter, Telegram, or Discord. Be happy to have you along. Looking forward to work with you. Have yourself a great rest of your day. See you in the next one. Take care.